Everybody's dreamt of being a rock star of sorts, no? Whether it's owning your own successful business, becoming a famous actor, maybe even a synchronized swimmer. How did people get involved in synchronized swimming? Hey, Gina, let's pirouette in 3, 2, 1. Anyways, today we're gonna revisit those dreams by cooking up an eccentric menu that reminds us to take chances both in and out of the kitchen. Primo piatto. We're gonna start fresh with a blueberry and pomegranate salad loaded with mint, lemon pita chips, and salty Mshalalé cheese. Secondo piatto, robust pappardelle with baby asparagus, shiitake mushrooms, and Prosciutto Di Parma. For our dolce, we're gonna kick procrastination in the butt with a luscious mocha served with crispy chiacchiere. For dipping, Panos is gonna teach us how prosciutto was made in the good old days.
It's all about patience, bro. Remember, slow and steady gets the worm.
Yeah, the spice agent is gonna demystify Dutch processed cocoa powder.
And he tells the story of how he sacrificed everything to be where he is today.
Why you speaking in the third person, bro?
He doesn't know why. He just is.
I'm Nadia G, and this is Bitchin' Kitchen. When I was a teenager, I wanted to be a rock star. So I got a guitar, practiced every night for 4 days, and created my first album, Stereotype. Get it? Because there's music, like a stereo, and injustice and stuff. Yeah, needless to say, it didn't work out. But still to this day, whenever I see someone belting it out on stage, a little piece of me wishes I was up there, especially when I see Nickelback. Oh man, then I really wish I was up there to give them a wedgie. The point is, everybody has dreams, and life is too freaking short to give up on them completely. Whether it's going whole hog and recording that album, or simply giving your boyfriend a wedgie every time you hear Nickelback, you gotta make your dreams part of your everyday lives. And that's what this episode is all about. Dreams and wedgies. Let's get cooking. We'll start with an adventurous blueberry and pomegranate salad loaded with fresh mint, lemon pita chips, and a salty Middle Eastern string cheese called Mshalalé. But first things first, we're gonna make our lemon pita chips. So heat your oven to 400 degrees, grab some nice fresh pita, and brush it with some olive oil. We'll squeeze on some fresh lemon juice, brush it in there so the pita absorbs all the flavor. Add a nice big pinch of sea salt, some freshly cracked pepper, and some piment d'Espelette. This is a dried French chili, but if you can't get your hands on piment d'Espelette, feel free to use any dried chili you like. We'll pop this in the oven until it gets nice and crisp. It should take about 5 minutes. Onto our salad. Grab a handful of fresh mint leaves, and we'll julienne them. Throw this in a bowl. Add a handful of organic blueberries, a handful of pomegranate seeds. Now it's time to add the cheese. Let me introduce you to Mshalalé. This is one of my favorite cheeses in the world, and Mshalalé means braided in Arabic. It also means you'll have to head down to a Middle Eastern grocer to find it. Now this cheese is deliciously salty. Kind of like feta, but it isn't creamy like feta. It's stringy, which makes it so much fun to eat. If you can't find Mshalalé, feel free to use feta, but I can't guarantee you'll have as much fun though, huh? What are you gonna do? Chop it up. You see these dark seeds right here? These are nigella seeds. They're peppery and taste a little bit like oregano. They're fantastic. They give this cheese its signature flavor. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull it apart so we get this nice stringiness going on. It gets evenly dispersed throughout the salad. Now we're gonna make a basic lemon dressing. See, because this salad is so good, you don't wanna overpower it with a fussy dressing. So, in a jar, throw in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, some lemon juice, freshly cracked pepper, and a nice pinch of brown sugar. This is gonna cut the acidity and bring out the sweetness of the berries. Now, because this cheese is so salty, we're not gonna add any salt to our vinaigrette. It's gonna be too much. When we get back, we're gonna scoff this salad, whip up some tender pappardelle, and yap about following your dreams. So stay hungry. And we're back. Today on Bitchin' Kitchen, we're cooking up Rockstar recipes. Because if we don't follow our dreams, where do we stand, man? Sure, you have a steady job, a fulfilling family life, a happy, down-to-earth disposition. But where's the excitement of manic depression? The titillating anxiety of not knowing whether you'll make your next rent? The screeching, wondrous voices of self-loathing? See, that stuff right there, man, that stuff, that's what life's really about. Let's finish this salad. Here we've got a beautiful bowl filled with goodness. Our organic sweet blueberries, juicy pomegranate, our salty Mshalalé cheese, and tons of fresh mint. All that's missing is some toasted pumpkin seeds. So I'm gonna grab a handful of these suckers right here, pop them in a pan, and toast them on medium-high heat until they're browned and fragrant. Look at this. Yeah, right there. Like a rock. Huh? Oh. Done. I'm gonna put these into a little bowl because if you leave them in the hot pan, they're gonna burn. Let's get our toasted pita out of the oven. Now, some people, when they make pita chips, they cut them into cute little triangles before baking. But personally, I bake it whole and then crumble it directly on top of the salad. My Lebanese neighbors used to do it this way when I was a kid, so I do it this way. I find that the torn pieces absorb more flavors. We'll add some of our toasted seeds, drizzle with our simple lemon dressing, mix it up. Let's plate this dish. Sweet blueberries, our tangy pomegranate, all of it contrasted with our lemony dressing and this salty cheese. You can imagine how delicious. This salad's gonna wake you up faster than your agent calling for another random-ass cattle call. It's the way it is, bro. It's time to get cracking on our main course. See, trying to make it big takes a lot of energy, so you want to top off your diet of self-loathing with some good solid carbs. That's why we're gonna cook up robust pappardelle loaded with asparagus, shiitake mushrooms, and Prosciutto Di Parma. First things first, we're gonna boil some pappardelle in salted water. Next, heat a pan on medium and add about 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Now we'll smash a clove of garlic, scaff it in the pan, and saute for about 2 minutes just until it's golden and fragrant. While that gets going, we'll chop our veggies. Here I've got some baby asparagus. I love using these because they cook up quick and their ends are less woody. We'll cut these up to about 1.5-inch chunks. Onto our mushrooms. I'm gonna be using shiitakes because they have a nice chewy texture and earthy flavor. But feel free to go wild with your mushrooms. Get it? Wild mushrooms? Yeah, that one sucked. Mince a Thai chili for heat. If you don't like it hot, then I suggest you get used to the pain now, because a Thai chili's got nothing on spending the next 5 years heating your house by burning rejection letters. Trust me. We'll scaff the lot in the pan and saute for about 8 minutes until the veggies are tender but still crisp. The last thing you want is your veggies to get all Mshalalé.
Today's word is
Mshalalé.
pronunciation.
Mshalalé. But I just finished saying the word. Why do you always ask me to pronounce it?
Definition.
Italian slang for mushy. can be used to describe a texture or a person's character.
Illustrative example.
So the husband says to his wife, Gina, why you always gotta overcook the vegetables? They're all mshalalé. And she says, oh, I'm sorry, Jimmy. I thought you liked mshalalé with all your talk of writing a script and all you've ever written is a Facebook status. See? Nobody likes mshalalé. When we get back, we're gonna finish this pasta dish. Panos is gonna give us the goods on old school prosciutto. And now I'm gonna show you my simple, get famous in 3 steps program. Stay hungry. This episode of Bitchin' Kitchen is all about getting rich and famous. Now granted, it's not everybody that wants an unlimited bank account, a penthouse, a hot pink vintage Maserati with bitchin' vanity plates. But for those of us that do, this episode is all about getting there. Let me show you. People always ask me, they say, Nadia, how do I get involved in the entertainment industry? Well, it's easy. All you gotta do is follow these 3 simple steps. Step 1, invest a mere 100 grand in your dreams.
Bitchin' Kitchen is not responsible for emotional damage incurred to get funds. Interest not included.
Step 2, get thicker skin than your nonna's feet.
Thickening skin may not prevent bleeding from cutting rejections.
Step 3, spend 12 to 15 hours a day working your butt off for 7 to 10 years for no money and even less guarantees.
Following this 3-step program may only result in B-list status and an addiction to antidepressants.
Let's finish our pappardelle, huh? Beautiful. Now we're gonna slice up some sweet cherry tomatoes, about 2 cups. We'll drop these in the pan. Add a nice pinch of sea salt. Brown sugar to bring out the sweetness of the tomato. And freshly cracked pepper. Give it a good stir and let it simmer for about 10 minutes just so the tomatoes create a nice light sauce. Let's talk prosciutto. Here I've got some gorgeous 3-year-old Prosciutto Di Parma. It's dry, super salty. And here's Panos to give us the meat of it.
Thanks, Nads. Prosciutto. Look at this beauty. In the old days, to make a prosciutto, you'd grab a raw ham and coat it with sea salt and spices. Give it more attention than your kids and age that beauty in a cold room for up to 2 years. But these days, most prosciutto is cured fast with sodium nitrate. So how can you taste an old school prosciutto like this? It's rare, bro. You either gotta bribe an old Italian grandmother or buy the imported PDO stuff and check the ingredients. But isn't this show about fulfilling your dreams, no? So why not learn how to make it yourself? Yeah, why not? If you ask me, I would take scoffing a home-cured prosciutto over acting any day. But that synchronized swimming, it's a whole other story. In the pool, and people whispering, look at Panos. He's so graceful. He's so swan-like. That's the stuff that dreams are made of, bro.
Me? You know what? I could see you doing that, bro. You are a bit swan-like sometimes. Anyways, let's slice this prosciutto into thin ribbons. If you don't eat pork, you could always replace the prosciutto with smoked duck prosciutto. How good would that be? And if you don't eat meat, well then I suggest you cut your losses, my friend. There's no replacement for prosciutto. Come on. Let's put this pasta together, huh? I'm gonna kill my tomatoes a little bit so we get some extra sauciness going on. We'll put our pasta in. Ooh. Get the heat going medium-high. And mix it up so every noodle is coated in sauce. Just a couple of minutes will do it. Beautiful. Let's plate this dish. We'll put some of our prosciutto on top. Some freshly grated Parmigiana Reggiana. And scoff. Robust pappardelle. You get the kick of the Thai chili. The asparagus is still nice and crisp. Shitake mushrooms add such a nice texture. Salty prosciutto, sweet tomatoes. My mouth is just bursting with flavor and adjectives. Woo! When we get back, we're gonna whip up an extra dark mocha, a traditional carnival dessert of chiacchiere, and I'm gonna reveal the real reason why people wanna hit the big time, huh? Welcome back to Rockstar Recipes. You know, there's 1,000,001 reasons why people want to make it big. Affirmation, financial security, these are all good points. Do you know what the real reason is? Revenge! Of course it is! To all those people in high school who thought you'd never amount to anything, Sakata, kiss my kitchen, you nerds. To all those producers who dumped your show because you weren't professional enough, just because you cracked a couple of glasses, got kicked out of the bar, Sakata. Drink to that, you stink pods. To all those in court claiming emotional distress, I'll show you emotional distress. Let's make that dessert. We're gonna kick procrastination in the butt with a luscious mocha served with crispy chiacchiere, a traditional Italian carnival dessert of sugar deep-fried dough. Now, chiacchiere means gossip, and if you wanna be in the limelight, you're gonna have to get used to it. Some people love you, others not so much. You really gotta learn to let the criticism roll off your back. It takes a big person to take the high road. Me, I'm not so big. I take down names, IP addresses, and I put them in my back pocket, huh? In a big bowl, mix 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now bring the flour into the center, make a little mound with it, and make a hole in it. Add 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter, and 2 tablespoons of Calvados. Feel free to use rum, Tia Maria, whatever's been getting you through the writing process, huh? And knead it until you get a nice stiff dough. Okay, form it into a ball. We'll put it in the bowl, cover it with a damp tea towel, and let it rest for about an hour. Time to make our mocha. It always amazes me how people can spend $5 on a craptastic coffee drink loaded with syrups. That's why we're gonna make our real mocha. Check it. Grab a jar, scaff in 2 heaping tablespoons of Dutch processed cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, half a cup of whole milk, and shake it up. While I get this going, here's the spice agent with his cocoa report.
Thank you, Nadia. Not only for giving me a chance to talk about this very special spice, but also for recommending that I take spinning classes. It worked wonders for my depression. So today's spice, Dutch processed cocoa powder. Regular cocoa powder is made from cocoa beans that have been roasted and then pulverized into fine powder. The Dutch processed cocoa powder is made from cocoa beans that have also been washed in a special solution to neutralize all the acidity, mellowing the flavor of the beans. This is top-of-the-line stuff. So, whether it's Dutch cocoa powder or becoming a superstar, trust me, it's worth the extra effort. Take me, for example. I sacrificed everything to be here. My family, my beloved goats, my sanity. But look at me now. I have a 30-second spice report on a cooking show, man.
Thanks, buddy. Heat our hot chocolate mixture and half a cup of whole milk on medium-high. The second it starts to steam, cover it and take it off the heat. Let's make our espresso. Call me old-fashioned, but I still like to use a cafetiere. I find it makes the best espressos and it's super inexpensive. So, unscrew the top. We'll put some coffee in the filter. The important thing to do here is not pack it in tightly. You want to let the coffee breathe. And heat this on high just until it starts complaining. Ooh. Back to our chiacchiere. Our dough's been resting for about an hour, and we'll roll it out nice and thin, about 1/8 of an inch. Now use a pastry cutter to cut the dough into 1-inch ribbons. Now, tie these into delicate knots. We'll plop these babies into 350-degree peanut oil for a couple of minutes until they're nice and golden. If you don't want to use peanut oil, use canola, anything with a high smoke point. Beautiful. Too easy. Let's put this mocha together. In a coffee bowl, mix equal parts hot chocolate and espresso. Top it off with some cinnamon or cayenne. We'll dust our chiacchiere with some powdered sugar, and that's that. Whoop, whoop. These crispy chiacchiere, so simple yet so satisfying.
Yeah.
And this mocha, chocolatey, not too sweet. The real cocoa makes all the difference. This dessert rocks. Today we cooked up a couple of Rockstar recipes that'll give you the fuel to get you where you want to go. The important thing to take away from all this is that you only live once, so take those risks, work hard, and never give up. It's the internet age, man. You don't need anyone to greenlight you anymore, so create that blog. Get cracking on that web series you always dreamed of. Hey, you never know. That was an uplifting one, huh?
Yeah, whatever.
Any pasta left?